I'm reading the Bible, and I'm in Matthew 5, verse 33, where it talks about oaths. And it basically is saying, "You have heard that it was said to the people long ago, 'Do not break your oath, but fulfill to the Lord the vows that you have made.' But I tell you, do not swear an oath at all, either by heaven, for it is God's throne, or by the earth, for it is its footstool, or by Jerusalem, for it is the city of the great King. And do not swear by your head, for you cannot make even one hair white or black. All you need to say simply is yes or no. Anything beyond this comes from evil." And so from what I gathered from this is that ultimately you can't promise anything because you aren't in control. And this kind of also goes back into earlier, verse 5, where he says, "Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth." And actually, something that I noted from that is that you being meek is basically related to acknowledging that you are dependent on God. So ultimately what we can gather from this is that we are not in control of anything, really. I mean, we definitely don't control things around us. We can kind of control ourselves. Ultimately, God is in control, and accepting that is a big piece of finding that peace, or like finding that it can be kind of overwhelming, because for me, as someone who has always like sort of grasped for control in a lot of circumstances throughout growing up where there was not a lot of control, or there was a lot of instability. And so now really I seek out a lot of stability, and I'm able to find stability in Christ because I know that God is always with me. So yes, I'm not in control and God's in control, but what's good about that is that God is always with me. So for him to be in control, number one, it's probably better because God is going to be able to work with that so much more than that freedom, so much more than I could, and do so much more with that. But also, I can trust him to be in control of everything. Number one, because he is. I can't change that. But number two, because he's always going to be with me. And he always has been with me, even when I didn't acknowledge his presence. And even, before salvation. So it's a really beautiful thing. So for those of you who are anxious, for those of you who have not had that stability in your life, find stability in Christ, and that you can't really promise anything because you're not in control, and that's okay.